time for 2011. You're on the air, whoever this is.
Glenn Curry.
What's happening?
I got a call from a couple of your listeners that I should call you because you're taking my name in vain.
Oh, my goodness, folks, I recognize the voice. It's Rick DeFranco.
Hey, Glenn, how are you?
Good. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Really well.
This is great that you called. Yes, we have been talking about you because with the new year coming, with the new year here, that you happen to be the biggest story in my eyes. And I really mean that. And I've been saying, like, wow, this is incredible. You're moving out to Montana, to Big Sky country.
I am. Well, for short term, the long-term goal will actually be probably mid-Atlantic states to be, so I can be close to my kids, but looking for a little warmer weather, Glenn. So probably going to end up, I used to live in Delaware, so might end up in Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, somewhere in the mid-Atlantic, where it'll be an relatively easy commute to come home and see my kids and friends, but be a little bit warmer.
So, are you going to Montana at any given time?
Oh yeah. I'm going there, leaving toward the end of the month, and probably be there between 6 and 9 months.
Okay, gotcha. And have you? I'm assuming you've been out there. You've seen the area and how beautiful it is and all that.
It is. It's a wonderful, wonderful area, and I'm going out with a lady I met a while back, and then we will come back east together.
Oh, okay, east together. Maybe here, or like you said, the Mid-Atlantic states?
Mid-Atlantic, Glenn. That's likely where it's going to be.
All right, and now again, you don't have to answer any of this because it's great that you've called the show. But are you going to be a weatherman?
Well, you know what? I don't know. Probably, but I still have some things that I do here.
Right.
I'm still doing radio weather for several stations in St. Lawrence County, and they are interested in me staying, so I'll continue to do that. And, of course, with the Internet, I can forecast from anywhere for anywhere.
Right.
And also I do a couple of other marketing things, which I'll continue to do as well. So, but on top of all that, some folks at the NBC station in Helena, Montana, got my DVD, and they're extremely interested and want me to go see them as soon as I get in town. So. Oh,
wow. So that's great. So then, again... and I've been poking fun at the fact that, everyone wants a great job in Watertown, New York. Let's face it. I mean, working at Channel 7 in your capacity and with your following, Rick, that's a tough order to leave. But I commend you for doing this, sir. I mean, I think this is fantastic. Plus, of course, knowing that your family's at another location, and now you have someone that you see and perhaps, continue your career. I think this just adds to, your portfolio and your entire life experiences, Rick.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, this this will always be home, and I love my job here. It's wonderful. I mean, I hope that shows, and I love all the viewers. I mean, you can't beat North Country people, Glenn, no matter what.
No, you really can't. I mean, and that's why I'm sure since you made the announcement, and certainly since you've been out in the streets today after the New Year's, I'm sure you've been getting a lot of support, a lot of phone calls.
I really have, and it truly has been overwhelming. I mean, I'm just a weather guy, and the people have been incredibly kind, and it's much appreciated.
Can you tell us, I mean, obviously you've been at Channel 7 since 96. You started part-time. You were still doing radio at the time, if I'm not mistaken, Rick.
That's correct,
And then it was like 3.5, 4 years later that you took on the role as the full-time guy. Is that right?
You got it down. That's pretty...
Well,
Yeah, about 10, it's 10 years now.
10 years. Well, yeah, 10 years, maybe even 11 if you count 10, whatever. My math is very good.
That's right. It's probably a little longer, over 10. That's correct.
11 years, and you saw a couple of set changes. Not many, you saw a lot of kids coming in and out of, new house, going on to other markets and so forth. But, again, with what you did there, you brought a whole new attitude to the station, Rick. And you know what? The amazing thing about it is that they didn't get a national type guy from anywhere else. They got him right here from Ogdensburg, and I always found that very fascinating.
You're very kind, Glenn. I appreciate that, and yeah, I mean, like I say, I did absolutely love it. Still love it. I'll be excited to do it again tonight. I mean, it's exciting every time I do it, and the forecasting part is wonderful and challenging. If I can tell you a quick story.
Yeah, by all means.
When I got finished my meteorology education, got finished with all the college courses, my meteorology professor checked with me. He checked with everyone to see what we were going to be doing, and I told him, well, I'm already forecasting. I just, wanted to get the rest of the certificate so I could get the AMS seal. And he goes, well, where are you going to forecast? I said, in Watertown, New York. He said, wait a minute, off the end of Lake Ontario. And I said, yep. He said, lake effect snow country. I said, yep. This is a bow tie wearing straight, professorial type of guy.
Yeah, right.
He said to me, you are blanking crazy. You are going to be hammered because you're going to be wrong a lot. You'll be right a lot, but you're going to be wrong a lot. It's just so unpredictable.
Yeah, but, overall, I mean, you were pretty much on top of things because, again, you had the technology, you certainly had the education, but because you lived here, I think you might have even had that sixth sense, too, Rick. Do you feel...
That's right. I mean, that's what happens after a while. A forecaster sees certain patterns, and
right.
If you're paying attention, when you see them again, you've got an idea of what's going to happen, and so that certainly helps out. I mean, that's the experience end of it, in addition to having the knowledge of meteorology.
Now, let me ask you, just maybe 3 years ago, with that big explosion of snowfall down in Oswego, you were on CBS this morning with Harry Smith and those guys.
Yep.
Highlight of your career, or just a question, but just a thought or two about that being on national TV as being the spokesperson for that snowstorm?
I think I was on maybe 5 times, and each time it was a ball. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, it's each time, and it's very interesting to see how they, as they say, the big boys do it.
Right.
And it's, it's not a lot different. They just have a lot more toys and a lot more technology. But basically, it's the same thing. You're talking to people, just a heck of a lot more when it's national. And those guys are great. Harry Smith's wonderful, and Dave Price is wonderful. And I think, the powers that be at CBS were crazy to change.
I don't understand it. By the way, Rick, I mean, I think you could talk about it now. You'd be leaving the CBS affiliate in a couple of weeks. But did you happen to see the show today?
I did.
What do you think about that? With that whole, they try to put them together. It almost looked like the Jersey Shore there for a second.
Yeah, they're young and all attractive.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to make chemistry.
Yeah.
There or it isn't. And I certainly didn't see it today.
I didn't see it at all. And I'll take it a step further. And maybe they haven't had the chemistry, but you definitely need an elder spokesman. You need someone that is established. Harry Smith obviously fit that role. You also need someone who might be a little eccentric, and that could be, like the guy from NBC. I don't know, with the old people. Excuse me, who's the guy?
Willard Scott.
Willard Scott. I mean, a character. I mean, he used to be a clown years ago. I mean, you need that. Then you got guys like. Jeepers creepers, I'm losing it today. Al Roker, who certainly is not the prettiest guy in the world, but brings so much to the table. Today, they look like they were trying to put a boy band together. Literally, they were singing together at one point.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, I wouldn't change out the people because they had good people.
Yeah.
I just don't think you already have a Today Show and you already have a good America. I would have, being in marketing a long time, I would have gone a different direction and reformatted the show completely. But that's just me.
No, I agree. I mean, there's so many things you could do with a guy in a tie and a girl in a short skirt with long legs sitting at a couch every morning from 6 or 7 to 9 o'clock. That it's been tried and done a million times.
Yep.
But, again, we're not here to talk about that, but I love your input. Over 11 years, actually 14 years if you include your first couple of years when you were still working in radio.
Yep.
Were you as happy with your job right up until this moment as you were when you started full time, Rick?
Being on the air was just amazing. I mean, I love that. It's so much fun talking to people, and the interaction is what meant the most to me, Glenn. Because let's face it, a lot of times when we're not into severe weather, and severe weather generally only happens here a couple times in the summer, and then with lake effect, the weather's kind of mundane. So I always tried to just have a little fun with it and try to incorporate, local viewers and things. So
it is true.
That's what was so fun for me.
It is true, though, Rick. You got to admit, last 10, maybe even 15 years, some of the farmers up here, and especially the guys that clear the streets and the roadways with the plows, they've been saying the last 10, 15 years have been very, very weird in terms of winter weather.
No question that the climate is changing. Where the argument comes in is, you know, who's causing it? Is it natural rhythms of the earth, or are we doing it? And, you know, that's something I never get involved with because it's become political more than scientific. So,
well, I mean, do you dare to take a guess? Scientific? Do you think it's science? Do you think it's just the natural course of nature?
I think mostly it is.
Okay.
And it may be being exacerbated by humans, but I do think primarily it's a natural rhythm.
Yeah. Well, it certainly seems that way because we look at it outside. I mean, today was roughly, 40 degrees today. Oh, it felt that way at least. Plus, we have no snow on the ground.
Well, we got to the low 30s, but I mean, yeah, it's been mild. I mean, the last couple of days we're in the 50s and 60 in places. So. And
New York City gets 22 inches of snow.
Yeah, how about that?
That's very strange. Montana, eventually, when you do get out there, a lot of snow, a lot of cold. What is it like out there? Or is it
less snow because most of the snow gets squeezed out in the mountain ranges before it gets to Montana. But it's cold. I mean, it's cold like it is here, and with elevation, obviously, if you're up in the higher peaks, it's even colder.
Wow. Well, listen, Rick, first of all, I hope that perhaps, and I know you're busy and you're going to be doing a lot of things before you leave, but first of all, thank you very much for calling the show.
Oh, delighted.
And we respect your work right up until the end. And when's your last day, Rick?
Last day is the 19th of January.
19th of January. That should be right around Martin Luther King Day. That's obviously a Friday, I'm assuming, right? I don't have a calendar.
No, it isn't actually. Gosh, I don't have well, let me see if I have a calendar here.
Leaving on a Friday?
Live radio, you'll love it.
Yeah, we got to love this. We don't even have a clock that works here.
It's actually a Wednesday.
Oh, we're leaving on a Wednesday. Interesting. Okay.
Yep, that's my last day. I'm actually flying out on the weekend, so I needed a couple of days to finish up.
No doubt. Moving all your stuff and you're flying out and eventually making your way out west. Well, Rick, it was an excellent run, and I for your courage and your change in life and your family and whatnot, I give you a lot of credit, and I'm certain that only success will continue in your life, my friend.
And thanks for the kind words, and appreciate everything everyone has done, all the nice things they've said. And I had a good run at Community Broadcasting.
Yes, who could forget that with Dave Mance and a little bit here with even Jim Levin.
Yeah, we had some fun with Dave and Jim. It was a good time doing the morning show on Magic 103.1.
Magic 103.1, intelligence for your life. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Glenn,
Rick,
great to talk to you and your listeners, and thanks for the kind words. Have a great evening.
Yes, you too, Rick, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
Wow, thank you very much. Rick DeFranco, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Live at 5 show. Hi, on the air, real quick.
Listen, I was the one that set him up to call you.
I know you did. Come on now. Come on. 755. Is he kidding me? Did Brendan just say that? Did Brendan call up Rick to get him on the show? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm really telling the truth. I swear to God.
Well, hey, you know what, Brendan?
Listen, I thought I would bring him up because I know he used to work for your station, so I thought I would bring him on to have one last final word on there.
Wait, but how did you call? Did you call his cell phone or did you call up Channel 7?
Channel 7 station.
I was hoping that. Jeepers creepers. Rick's a smart guy, but he's not going to give out his phone. All right. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you very much for doing that.
Yep.
Jeepers. I don't know. You're on the air.